All right, let's talk about the biggest killer of motivation. It's something that they do in the military on purpose to challenge the soldiers and test them. It's something they do in prisoner situations. Okay, and that's not give them a goal, a target, not tell the athlete or the prisoner or the soldier when the work will be done. That's the easiest way to torment the mind and send them into a state of insanity is don't let them know. Don't let them know when they've achieved a goal, when they've achieved an objective, when they've achieved anything. Okay, because that's the secret to getting your wrestler to come back to practice, to get them to come back to strength and conditioning, is to show them measurable achievements. Okay. A parent asked me recently, had a question. Okay, he said he agrees with 99% of the things I put out there. Uh, but there was one thing that was confusing. He wanted to discuss, which was great. Reach out to me anytime if you want to ask questions. Uh, I'm transparent, available. Try to get back to everybody. So he he caught something I said about never being the coach who adds one more run or one more drill after you told the wrestlers, after you told your son, okay, that this is it, we're done. Okay, we're gonna do one more 5 minute round and we're done. Okay, one more 5 minute live session and that's it. Or we're gonna do this 12-minute Metcon, this 12-minute AMRAP conditioner. Okay, and then that's it. We're done. We'll go eat, go shower, go eat. Okay, and then you get done with the 12-minute thing, or you get done with the live session. You're okay. Let's drill some more fireman's carries. Let's work on the stand up, and then they're like, what? Thought we were done. Okay, that's easiest way to kill morale. Okay, in the army, it's like the a good old mind trick they like to do on us was drop and give me push-ups, and they don't tell you how many. They just say start pushing. You immediately get tired. It's so strange. It's like I do three and I'm like, oh man, this is terrible. And do three more and I'm like, oh, I'm already exhausted. I can't even do six push-ups because there's no target, and it is that bad. You think I'm exaggerating? But if we said, okay, we're going to do a 2 minute test, which was the PT test in the Army, and see how many push ups you can do without going to your knees, then all of a sudden I'm doing 88 push ups in 2 minutes because I have a goal, I have a target. And I also know uh, the scores. I know if I get 88, I got 100 on it. I maxed it out. I got a perfect score. And not too many people can do that, which is may sound silly at times, but it's something that's irresistible. It's like we want those titles. Okay, I've got the 100 score on push-ups. I got a perfect score on my PT test, or I got the gold medal, or I'm in the 1 percentile in the world on bench press. We can look these numbers up. So when you're in the weight room, it's so easy because you can measure everything literally with numbers on the plates. You know what weights you're doing. You know how many reps you did. Is always do measurable things and always do your research and look up the benchmarks. Like, and I have those on my website if you want to dive into those. I have a whole list of strength benchmarks, what you should be hitting on your bench press, squat, deadlift, clean, snatch. And if you do hit these numbers, that puts you in the 1 percentile in the world. You're stronger than 99% of the people in the world, which is something you want in your back pocket when you step on a wrestling mat. You want to know these things. Okay. And if you give these targets your wrestler will push himself to hit those targets. You won't have to do the driving. All right. Targets are important. Without targets, without goals, you don't know if you're achieving anything. And then there's no positive emotions. People talk about happiness. How are you happy about something? You're not happy about strength and conditioning because of the way it feels. It feels awful. It's painful. But you're happy about your strength and conditioning or your wrestling because you know you moved the needle. You know you achieved something. And the only way you can know is if you have a target and you're measuring the progress towards that target. It's crucial. Okay, so we'll be doing a conditioner, and I'll let them know, hey, if you get this under 3 minutes, you're in the 99th percentile. You're elite. We have these numbers. There's official benchmarks. Couple 100,000 professional athletes have done it, which is a reliable pool of data. All right. Rather than, hey, do another suicide, or we're going to do 10 suicides as fast as we can, or 20 or 50. And they'll hit it hard. But if they know something cool, like if I can do 20, 300-meter shuttle runs in under 10 minutes, I'm better than 99% of the world, they'll kill themselves for that. Figuratively speaking, you won't have to slave drive them and egg them on. You just educate on them what the best can do and what's required to achieve that. Okay, I'm in. They'll be in. Clearly define everything. Clearly define the process. Clearly define the target. Tell them why we want this. Like, we want to squat 2.5 times our body weight, because then nobody will stop our stand up. Nobody will be able to stop our double leg. Okay, we'll be able to plow through anything. All right, strength won't be the missing link to the equation. And then there's all kinds of things that come along with that too, like positioning. If you learn positioning on back squat, you can, in order to do 2.5 times your body weight, you'll have great positioning on the mat with your feet, knees, and hips. Okay, so the one more move, one more drill thing. If we're doing 5 sets of 5 on back squat, that's it. Go all in, go as heavy as possible. Once we get done with those 5 sets, we're moving on. I'm not going to say, hey, do another, and then another, and then another. All right. And another reason for that is we have a limited amount of resources within our body. Our body is biological. Okay. The resources deplete. Your creatine, your glycogen, your electrolytes, your soft tissues get damaged. They need time to heal. Once you've hit your optimal workload for the day, you should stop. Anything after that is going to produce what you call diminishing returns. You're not going to get much out of it. You'll get more out of stopping and recovering, because we don't get stronger training. We get stronger from breaking the body down and then building it back up in recovery. The recovery is just as important as the training. Okay, so if you do too much training and not enough recovery, you're shooting yourself in the foot. So one more drill, one more rep, one more set, it's not always the answer. You got to know what optimal workload is for the day and be disciplined not to overdo it. Okay, and that doesn't mean the training is going to be short and easy. It's still going to be extensive, and it's still going to be grueling and very difficult, but we're not going to overdo it. Okay. And then a pushback, a question you might have, which this father had, was a great question. He mentioned these mind tricks, these tests that they'll do in situations like the military, like Navy SEALs. The initial Navy SEAL, it's not even really training, it's just testing. It's weeding out. They got 300 guys and they have to get you down to 30. What they're finding out is who are the guys that don't want to be anywhere else, can't be anywhere else, don't have any place else to be than in the Navy SEALs. For example, family men often flunk out because they got better things to do. They got to raise their boys, their children. They need to be with their wife. They have another place to be. So often the SEALs guys are single. Okay, they've got nothing. This is it. They don't have another job. They don't have a family. They got nothing, and they want to be there. This is something they have to do. It's in their soul. They're trying to find those 30 guys. A lot of other guys have other options. They can go get a nice white collar job. The guys that end up sticking around, they don't have that option. They don't have those opportunities. Okay, and that's the difference between training and testing. Okay, I want to test your resolve. I want to see if you will quit. So I'm going to make you do burpees until you vomit. And then I'm going to roll you around in the beach and get you cold and sandy. And I'm going to come back and make you do more burpees till your shoulders fall off, till you get rhabdo. Don't care. You signed the line. It's legal. I can do it. Okay, and then I'll make you pick up a log and run around with that forever. It's not training. It's just, it's a process of trying to break you. Okay. That's not what you want to do to your boy, your girl in wrestling. You want them to love the process. Give them targets. Give them cool achievements. Okay. Give them benchmarks to hit. Important benchmarks, significant things that you need. Like you need a strong back squat, deadlift, bench press, clean, snatch. You need to be able to do conditioners at elite levels and elite speeds. Okay, that have the movements that you need to train. Okay, pushing and pulling, sit-ups and leg lifts. Okay, all these things that make your wrestling better. Okay, so how do you build mental resilience if you don't use mind tricks? That's the big question. If I don't torture my kid and use tricks and say, hey, we're going to do 10 suicides. And then when he gets done, I say, hey, we're going to do 10 more, right? Just to build his mental toughness. No, you're just making him hate you because you lied. That's it. I've been through 100 different coaches, all the different training environments you can think of, from football to wrestling to the Army. Okay, strongman, MMA. I was on a pro fight team for 2 years. Okay, and I can tell you, between the ones that played mind tricks and the ones that told me all the whys, told me the game plan, told me exactly what we were going to do, and gave me a ton of positive motivation, encouragement, it's the latter that worked the best. The one with zero mind tricks, the ones that built my confidence, told me they knew in their heart that I could get it done. I was like, oh, you think I can get it done? Yeah, you can get it done. I was like, okay, that's all I need to know. Now I'm running through brick walls for that guy. Okay, so, but, the coach who says we're going to do 10 suicides, and when you get done, you got to do 10 more. That's something you do to a Navy SEAL when you want him to quit. And when he doesn't quit, then you give him a high five. Good, you're on the team. All right, you don't have to play mind tricks to build resilience with an athlete, because those occasions that build resilience will naturally arrive. They will naturally arrive. If you're building your conditioners correctly, they will be extremely challenging, mentally tormenting, without any mind tricks. We're going to do a 20-minute grinder, okay, of overhead lunges, burpees, and pull-ups. And you can't stop, and I want you to get 11 rounds. You'll get 5 rounds into that thing and say, this coach is crazy. You can't do that. And then I'll show you 100,000 athletes that did. Okay, it's not mind tricks, just straightforward. So then you'll do it again, and now you're killing yourself to improve your score every round and every time you do it until you get 11 rounds, till you get that elite score with no mind tricks. And you're building resilience every time you go at it again. Okay. You will have enough failure through the process of mastery naturally to build resilience. You don't need to add to it. You don't need to lie to the kid. Okay. And you don't need to hold back on encouragement and positivity. So, I think that covers it. We get all our positive emotion from a sense of achievement when we know we've moved forward on something. We need to know. That's what will keep the fire going. That's what will keep the kid coming back. All right, is keep him progressing forward. Show him where things are getting better, and he'll believe in the process. He'll believe in you, and he'll be eager to come back the next day.